Morning, boys and girls. Today we're going to be doing 15.3, a lesson on centimeters. You've already learned how to measure the length of objects with inch rulers. Well, today you will learn how to measure length using another unit of measure called centimeters. On this first page, they're asking for us to find something that's about a centimeter length, draw a picture of it, and then write the item. And the second one is 10 centimeters, and the third one is 100 centimeters. Okay, and they give you a sample ruler, but you also have the ruler that I gave you in your box of your supplies that your parents picked up for you. But up here you can see how big a centimeter is. And remember, it's a standard unit of measurement. So anytime anybody says, talks about a centimeter or 5 centimeters or 12 centimeters, we're going to know exactly how big it is and how long that is. For example, on this ruler that I gave you, if I line it up, the two black lines at the beginning, right up together with one another, it is going to end up where they are the same. 1 centimeter is the same as 1 centimeter on here, okay, because they're standard. Universal. Okay, so something that's about 1 centimeter. The first thing that came to mind for me for something about 1 centimeter, now yesterday or on the last lesson I talked about something that would be a good example of about a centimeter, and that was your pinky finger. From here to here is about 1 centimeter. Okay, so if I put it up there, it's close to 1 centimeter. Mine's a little bigger, but yours will probably be pretty good there. Okay, pretty accurate. So you can use that if you don't have a ruler. All right. Okay, now on here, first thing I thought of was a paper clip. So if I put that paper clip up there, look at that. 1 centimeter. So over here, I'm going to try and draw that paper clip. It's not going to be perfect, but it's good enough. I mean, whatever. Doesn't have to be perfect, you know. And so that is 1, and cm period stands for centimeters. And I don't know if I mentioned this yesterday, but if something were 10 inches, you could write inches as such, or you could write inch like this, 10 inches, IM period. Okay, and so centimeter would be 1 cm period, lowercase c and m. So down here, I'm going to put paper clip. And so you'll want to do the same on yours as we're going along. Okay, the next one, it says about 10 centimeters. Okay, so when I look at this, I want something that's about 10 centimeters long. Now remember, about is close to. Doesn't have to be exact. And so I thought, oh, maybe I'll try this adorable keychain that I got from Disney. Avery. Okay, let's see. Nope. Because look, it's not long enough. I mean, if we count this loop, but it's a little longer. So then I thought, I would use this little guy. This little finger puppet. And let me see if he can fit. So I'm going to put his little noggin over here. And the end of him over here. And look at that! He's a pretty good fit. So, oh my gosh, I forgot what he's called. It'll come to me. I'm just going to put finger puppet, and I'm going to go like this, like this. There's cute ears. I am not doing a good job, but and here's a little tail that has one of those too. I cannot, it'll come to me. I can't remember what his name is. Okay, and then number 3 says about 100 centimeters. Well, if you're looking at your ruler, if you pulled out your ruler that I put in your box, there's 30 centimeters in one ruler. This is also, there's also 12 inches or 1 foot, but we'll talk about that later. So 30. So we have to find something that's 100 centimeters. So 3 of these are how much, guys? 90. So it would be just a little over 3 of these rulers. So what do you think would be as big as a little over 3 of those rulers? 100 centimeters? Well, you could put, I'm going to do different pictures here, okay? So one could be a book. A bookshelf? Maybe a table, and maybe even a picture. Okay, so there are 3 different options you could have picked for what might be 100 centimeters. So 3, a little over 3 of these. Okay. All right, so let's go inside. And remember, at any time when you're doing this, you may pause the video, catch up, and then play again. Okay? Now for this one, it says, oh, I want to go up here first. You can measure the length of an object in centimeters. So there's your centimeters, and cm for the abbreviation. Okay, this is the same thing, follows the same rule as inches, which we talked about yesterday. So for centimeters, if a cube or anything measures at the halfway mark or past the halfway mark, it would be closer to the next number. So if you can see this, bring this in a little bit. All right, so this cube ends right here, okay? This is the halfway mark. So it's past the halfway mark. So where this cube ends, is it closer to the 2 or to the 1? It's closer to the 2. So this would be about 2 centimeters, okay? And then up at the top over here, it says if an object is longer than the halfway mark, use the greater number. So it's the same thing. There's that cube, and it's 2 centimeters long, which we said it was over here. Okay, let's look at this paperclip. If the object is shorter than the halfway mark, so let's see where this ends, okay? So it goes past the 3, okay? It's between the 3 and the 4, but look at how that where it ends is closer to the 3. It has not reached that halfway mark. So we're going to say that this is 3 centimeters long. Okay. Right now, number 1, it says estimate the width, height, or length of each object. So they give you that opportunity to do either the width, the height, or the length. All right. We have a stapler, length of a stapler. Remember, we were estimating what we thought would be close to the measurement of that stapler. And they gave you this one, and they said 15. And when they actually measured it using their centimeter ruler, they got 18. Okay? This says the height of a book. So I'll use this Miss Lar is Bizarre book. Okay? And let's do the height of it. So the height of it would be this. Let me bring this camera up a little bit. Okay? So the height of it would be this long. Okay? So from here to here. All right? Put this in there. By the way, I'm reading this book on YouTube. Okay? I already finished Earthquake Terror. So if you missed it, you can go back and watch all the videos and listen to all the chapters 1 through, I think it was 16, and then get points for that on AR. So you might want to do that. You could just listen to me tell the story and get the points. All right, and they may not be there up there forever, so go ahead and listen to the Earthquake Terror. It's really good. And now I'm going to do Miss Lazar is Bizarre. Okay, and she really is different and bizarre and weird. Okay, so let's measure this. Okay, first we got to guess. How many centimeters do we think that is? Well, there's 30 on the whole thing, so let me see. Let's do 20. I'm guessing. Okay, then let's put the ruler up, and remember, I want to put the first black mark at the edge of the book. Okay, edge of the book. And if you look, this is where the book ends, right there. What do we get? 19. Okay, so I was pretty close when I said 20. So we'll put 19 down there. Okay, and then the width of a shoelace. Well, I am thinking, if you look up here or up here and you look at your centimeters, do you think the width of a shoelace is that wide? What do you think? Are your shoelaces usually that wide? No. But could a shoelace be 1 centimeter wide? Be that wide? Yeah, I'm guessing. I don't even think we need to see a shoelace. Although shoelaces do come really super thin or wider. Um, so I think 1 is probably your best bet there. All right. So we're going to estimate and put a 1 there because I'm sure that's what it's going to end up being. All right. And then is the length of a paper clip about 3 centimeters? Well, the length of the paper clip. So here's our paper clip. Let me bring it down here. Here's our paper clip. And we want the length of it. So remember, the length is the long, right? So is it the length of 3 centimeters? Let's see. Sorry. Put it up here. It's got to be right next to the little line there. And where does it end there? Actually, this one is 5, right? But let's pull out the small one. And what is it? It's 3 centimeters. Yeah. So we can say yes if it's a small paper clip. So we'll say yes, I measured a small paper clip using a ruler. So, yes, I measured a small paper clip using a ruler and found it was 3 centimeters. And I'll give you a second to go ahead and copy that. Okay. And again, if you need more time, just hit pause. Okay. I'm going to go on to the other side. Okay, and then the word bank, centimeter, cm. Over here it says estimate the width, height, or length of each object. We can use a ruler to measure. Same thing that we were doing before. I am not going to get out a chair because, one, it'd be hard for me to film it. And you would just measure the width of the chair from the first leg to the second leg. And I want you to look at this ruler. Okay. Now, if I had a little toddler's chair, maybe like in the preschool room, I could probably find a chair that would measure 30 centimeters. Okay, the width of a chair, 30 centimeters. But if you go to your kitchen chairs in your house, it's probably going to be longer than that. All right. So how long do you think it would be if this is 30? Okay, we could guess like maybe 60. Okay, so go ahead and put 60, and then while you're at home, if you would like to use your ruler and actually put that in there, that would be great. It's kind of fun to measure stuff at home. So feel free to practice your skills for inches and centimeters by practicing at home. And again, one of the most important things is that you're lining up with that very first black line, not the edge of the ruler, or you'll end up wrong every single time. You have to start where that little first black mark is. Okay, right where that first little black mark is. All right, not the edge of the ruler, because that would be wrong. Inaccurate. You would get an incorrect answer. Okay? All right. Now, Let's take a look at the next. It says the length of a pencil. All right, so I'm going to pull a pencil out. And we need to guess. How big do you think that is? Let's say, I don't know, 17 centimeters. It's a pretty long pencil. It's not sharpened. I mean, it's hasn't been to the pencil sharpener very many times, maybe once. So I'm going to lay that down. I'm going to put the black line. Can you see? Let me focus that in a bit. I'm going to put that eraser right by there. Line it up, not with the edge, but that black line. And then I'm going to come all the way over here. And it's kind of hard to see, but it's between 18 and 19, and it is past that halfway mark, so it's closer to 19. So we put 19 centimeters there, okay? And the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to measure a pair of scissors. And these are my son's from his backpack, since you know we're not in school now. He's got them over here. I think he had them for art class. That's why his name's on there. Okay, so we're going to measure the height of them. So from here to here. So let's guess. What do we think? 16? 15 maybe? Let's put 15. Now if you had adult scissors, it would be longer. Okay, so now we're going to actually measure it. So let me move this. I'm going to put the tip. Let's do it this way. Put that tip right where that black line starts. And then it's right between 17 and 18. So it doesn't quite make that halfway mark. So it's actually closer to 17, I believe. It's kind of hard to see with that shadow there, but I would say 17. So we'll put 17 there. All right, it says Josh estimated that the length of his reading book is about 6 centimeters. Is his estimation reasonable? That means does it make sense? Would his book, the width of it, or the bottom of it, no, it says estimate the length of his book. Okay, the length of it, 6 centimeters. Well, let's see if that makes sense. Okay, so I'm going to pull this out, and I want you to look at this. That means if the 6 is right there, his book is that big. Do you think that's reasonable? I think that'd be a pretty tiny book, don't you think? So, no, that is not reasonable. It would be a very small book. Although I do have to tell you, I have a little book. One of my favorite books is The Little Red Hen, and it's my favorite because my mom read it to me when I was younger. And if I can find it, I'll write myself a note. Find The Little Red Hen. Wait till you see that book. Oh, speaking of size, so I'll find it and then I'll show it to you. All right, so we're on the last page, and it says, Paul says a toothbrush is about 15 centimeters long. But Sarah says it's about 150 centimeters long. Who do you think is correct? Well, let's pull out that ruler again. So from here to here is 15 centimeters, okay? So like a little longer than this pen. Okay, it's 15 centimeters. Now 150 would be 5 of these rulers. So do you think your toothbrush would be 5 of those rulers? That'd be pretty crazy, don't you think? You'd never be able to get the toothbrush and the bristles in your mouth. So who do you think is right here? Yep, Paul says it's 15 centimeters, so Paul is correct, because that would make sense. Okay. Mary wants to know about how long her eraser is to the nearest centimeter. That's a nice name. So let's take a look at the eraser. So when we look at the centimeters, okay, it goes a little bit past the 4. Does it go to the halfway mark? Nope. Nope, it does not measure to the halfway mark. So it is closer to 4 centimeters instead of 5. So we would fill in the 4. It can be confusing. Some of you might think, oh, it's 5, but no, it's on this side of the halfway mark. So it's actually closer to 4. All right? Then it says draw an object that's about 5 centimeters long. Write 2 sentences to describe your object. Okay, we did this yesterday with inches. All right, so we have to find something around your house that would be 5 centimeters long. Since we're doing this together, I had to find something. And I originally thought this was it. Why, I can't remember his cute little name. It's a Dr. Seuss book. And it starts with an H, I think. Okay, sorry. All right. This is a little thing that my son has, and it's kind of like a worry stone or worry rock, but it's not. It says find peace, and he can rub his thumb on it and keep it in his pocket. And it has a heart on it and a peace sign. And it's for him to, kind of take his worries away. I thought maybe this, let's see. I mean, I was just grabbing some little things because 5 centimeters is not too big, but did that work? Was that a good idea? Nope. I mean, at the most, that's going to be 3. So that didn't work. So let's see what else I got here. And then I thought, well, this, let's see. Well, I could do that, the width, I guess. But let me try one more thing. That was my mouse from my computer. This one's kind of cute. This one is nice. This is my son's confirmation rosary. And he has a little case for it. And inside, let's see what he's got in here. Oh, a First Communion pin, which I'm sure you guys will get those soon when they decide to have the celebration. Okay, the Mass. And then he has a rosary that he prays with. So I'm going to measure this. Whoops, let me put this back in. I'm sorry. All right. Let's see. Oh, look at that, guys. Can you see it? Focus it in. Is that about 5? It is. It makes it just a little bit if I measure right at that width, right in the middle. Yep, it's on the other side of the halfway mark between the 4 and the 5. So it is 5 centimeters. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to draw my object. I'm going to trace it, actually. and I'm going to put rosary container. Okay, I'm just going to do a cross on it. And then I have to write 2 sentences, 2 complete sentences. It says draw the object and write 2 sentences to describe it. My rosary container is silver and 5 meters wide. I have a rosary and a pin inside. Okay, capitals, periods, and both of the sentences make sense, and I didn't start either one of them with the same words. Remember how we're working on that? All right. I almost said any questions, but you can't really answer me even if you do have any questions, but you could email it to me, okay? Or you could use your parents' phone and call me. I'd love to hear from you. Even if you just want to say hello or ask me a question if you get stuck on something, don't hesitate, okay? All right. Okay. I want to go over really quick your 15-3 homework page that you'll be graded on, okay? So it says use a ruler to measure centimeters. And you have a ruler, and we just went through all of that. Writing and math. Find something in the classroom, so at your home, to measure in centimeters. Draw the object and write the measurement to the nearest centimeters. So you could draw something over here and then just tell what you get. You know, if it was an eraser, I'd draw a little eraser, and I would say eraser and put how long it is. Okay, you got room right here to do that. All right. And then it says estimate the height or length, then use a ruler to measure. So you would estimate the length of a tape measure. So you want to guess the estimate of a tape measure. Guess it, then actually measure it, and see what you find. Height of a book. Find any book that you have at your house. Guess how tall you think it is. Okay, just like this one, and then measure just like we did. All right. And for this, I mean, I'll know if you put like 20, there's no way your tape measure is going to be that long. Okay? Or tape dispenser. Oh, you could have a really big tape dispenser like the one I have in my classroom. That might be pretty big. But if you said 30, there's no way. It's not that big. Okay? Then on the inside here, it says estimate the length of each object, then use a ruler to measure. Okay, you just use these objects. So you're just going to guess how long you think that is and put it. And then you're going to take your tape measure out and you're going to actually measure how big it is and put it. Okay? I mean, so you better line it up nicely on that black line. And then how big is it? Yep, all of you better get 5 or I know you didn't do it correct. All right? And then do the same for this one and this one. This one says look at the spoon, measure the length of the spoon. So get out your ruler, measure it, and then which one is it closest to? Choose the object that's about 1 centimeter long. And that's it. Okay? So it should not take you long to do that. All right? Okay. Well, until next time. Have a good day. See ya. Peace out.